Alright, let's explore sociolinguistics, Shi Wei Yu Yan Shui, in detail, combining the insights from both diagrams you provided. This branch of linguistics is incredibly relevant for any language teacher, as it moves beyond the internal rules of language to look at how language is used and shaped by human society. Sociolinguistics, Shi Wei Yu Yan Shui, Language in Society. As we saw in the linguistics branches diagram, image_5B603A linked to .png, sociolinguistics is a key component of macrolinguistics. It is the study of the relationship between language and society. This means sociolinguists investigate how social factors, such as geography, social class, age, gender, ethnicity, and context, influence language use, and conversely, how language reflects and constructs social identity and relationships. It helps us understand that language is not a monolithic entity. It is dynamic and varies based on who is speaking, where they are speaking, when they are speaking, and to whom. Your diagram, image_4E4B2A linked to .png, beautifully breaks down key concepts within sociolinguistics. 1. Dialect, Feng Yan. A dialect is a variation of a language spoken by a group of people, often distinguishable by differences in pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. Your diagram further classifies dialects based on different social dimensions. Regional dialect, De Yu Feng Yan. Concept. This refers to the language variation used by people living in the same geographical area. Geographical boundaries often lead to distinct linguistic features. Examples. British English, characterized by specific pronunciations, e.g., non-rhotic R, vocabulary, e.g., lift, for elevator, and some grammatical distinctions. American English, distinct pronunciations, e.g., rhotic R, vocabulary, e.g., elevator, for lift, and some grammatical differences. Australian English features unique vocabulary and pronunciation traits. Indian English reflects the linguistic landscape of India with unique lexical and phonetic features. Relevance. Teachers need to be aware of the diversity of English and understand that students may encounter different regional accents and vocabulary. While teaching a standard variety, acknowledging others fosters open-mindedness. Sociolect, Shi Wei Feng Yan. Concept. This is a language variation characteristic of a specific social class or group within a society. It reflects social stratification and identity. The diagram notes that the most important linguistic distinguishing feature is accent, Zui Zhang Yao de Yu Yan Ku Ba Xing Te Zheng Ko Yin, for sociolects, though vocabulary and grammar can also vary. Examples. The way politicians, Zheng Ji Jia, might speak, often more formal, measured, versus how common people, Lao Bai Xing, might speak, more informal, colloquialisms, within the same region. This can involve differences in vocabulary choice, grammatical complexity, or pronunciation features. Relevance. Helps teachers understand how language use signals social identity and status, and why students might choose certain language forms in social situations. Temporal dialect, Shi Jian Feng Yan. Concept. This refers to language variation at a specific stage of historical development. Languages change over time, and the way a language was spoken centuries ago can be considered a temporal dialect. Examples. Classical Chinese, Huiyan Yan Huiyan, a historical form of Chinese distinct from modern spoken varieties. Old English, Gu Yin Yu, the form of English spoken before 1066, which is barely intelligible to modern English speakers, e.g., Beowulf. Relevance. Important for appreciating the evolution of language and, for advanced students, understanding historical texts. Idiolect, Gi Ren Fang Yan. Concept. This is a person's own unique way of speaking. Every individual has their own idiolect, shaped by their personal experiences, education, social groups, and even physical vocal characteristics. While subtle, it's what makes each person's speech distinct. Relevance. Acknowledges the individuality of language users and reminds teachers that while general patterns exist, each student will have their unique linguistic profile. Ethnic dialect, Zhangzhou Fang Yan. Concept. A language variety associated with a particular ethnic group. These dialects can have distinct phonetic, phonological, morphological, and syntactic features. Example. African American Vernacular English, Hei Ren Ying Yu, a prominent example in the U.S., which has its own systematic grammar and pronunciation rules, distinct from standard American English. Relevance fosters cultural sensitivity and understanding that diverse English varieties exist, each with its own validity. 2. Standard language, Biao Zun Yu. Concept. This refers to a specific dialect or variety of a language that gains social prestige and is widely accepted, codified, e.g., in dictionaries, grammar books, and often used in formal contexts, education, government, and mass media. It serves as a common reference point for speakers. Examples: Mandarin Chinese, Putonghua, in China. General American English, a widely recognized standard accent and dialect in the United States. Received pronunciation, RP, often considered the standard accent of educated English speakers in England, sometimes referred to as the Queen's English. Relevance. While acknowledging other dialects, standard language is typically the target variety for teaching English as a foreign language due to its widespread intelligibility and utility in academic and professional contexts. Teachers need to understand why a standard is taught. 3. Register, UU. Concept. Register refers to the variation in language use that depends on the situation, context, and purpose of communication. It's about how we adjust our language, vocabulary, grammar, tone, to match specific social settings, roles, and audiences. Elaboration. From image, doctors, lawyers, and people with specific professions or hobbies will use specific registers. This highlights that registers can be formal, informal, or specialized, technical. Examples. Formal situations, Zheng Shi Chang He, you might use purchase instead of buy. May I assist you instead of can I help you? Informal situations, Fei Zheng Shi Chang He, you would typically use buy instead of purchase. What's up instead of how do you do? Specialized registers. A medical doctor uses specific jargon when talking to a colleague that they wouldn't use with a patient. A lawyer uses legalistic language in court documents. Relevance. Absolutely critical for teaching communicative competence. Students need to learn not just what to say, but how to say it appropriately in different social contexts. This involves teaching politeness, formality levels, and even professional vocabulary. In essence, sociolinguistics equips you, as an English teacher, with the understanding that language is a living, breathing entity deeply intertwined with human society. This knowledge will enable you to guide your students not just to speak correct English, but to use English effectively and appropriately in the diverse social tapestry of the real world. Does this detailed introduction to sociolinguistics help clarify its scope and importance? Would you like to delve deeper into any specific type of dialect or the concept of register, or should we move on to another exam topic?